Uh-oh.
Hey everybody, what's up? I've been muted this whole time. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing.
Technical issues, strike again.
I'm so sorry. I've been streaming every week for 2 years now, and I still do that. Thank you, chat. I'm just going to do the whole thing again, and I'm real sorry. Everybody, thanks for hanging in there. Listen, welcome to Mates of Fate on Saturday night. Here we are playing Lost Mine of Phandelver. Anyway, Stone, would you like to give a quick recap? Where can we find you? I'm sorry.
Absolutely. My name is Stone in Hat. I typically run with Views from the Dungeon. We just had our 13th episode of Under the Dreamer's Flame. It's been great. I run tech for them, and also I stream from time to time myself. And I'm excited to be here again. I'm playing Lofane.
You're the best. Thank you. It sounds even better the second time. Miss Maeve, what about you? What do you do?
Well, I do art, actually. I also do streaming with everyone here, and also with Slices and Dices. We're doing our 20th. We just did our 20th episode of Ravenloft. We do Alien RPG. A tested game called Magi Knights that just finished its Kickstarter. Raised a whole bunch of money. But yeah, no, it's okay.
That sounded even better the second time as well. Thank you. And Marcel, MVP, who kept this entire game from being muted. Where are you from? What would you like to talk about?
Hey, Marcel. So if you guys can go check out TTTomes.com, we're doing character sheets, character journals that are customized, made for and by you guys. So that's what we're working on. Kickstarter coming out. So sign up with your emails, and I'm happy to be here with Mates of Fate with my Brutalitar, Red Dragonborn.
So good. We are.
And I'll be playing Tincture, a goblin. I didn't say my character's name, damn it.
That's okay. It's right below you. We're super glad to have you. Check out TTTomes.com. That project's come along so well. It looks like it's going to be awesome. So we can't wait to get our hands on something.
What she said.
Exactly. If you haven't, sexy dragon daddy. I'm sorry, I'm not going to look at the chat. I'm going to look at the chat sometimes in case I mute us again. But I'm not going to spend the whole thing. Okay. Follow us on Twitch if you'd be so kind, and do the thing, and then the bell thing, and then you'll get notified when we go live twice a week. We used to play our homebrew campaign, Songs of Creation and Artima, but we're taking a hiatus right now because Matt and Alicia had a baby, and we love you very much, and we'll see you when you come back. But in the meantime, we'll be doing this for a couple months, so glad you're here. If you want to catch our old episodes, just go to YouTube. You can get a link on matesofate.com, or just go to YouTube and look for Mates of Fate. All our old stuff's on there if you want to catch up on old stuff, including last week's episode, which was super fun. If you want merch, you can get Mates of Fate merch. You don't have to. I'm not your mom, but you could if you want to. Definitely follow us on Instagram, because we post the best RPG-related memes every day. And also, that's my favorite place right now to promote other small creators like us. And we're building a little community. It's been fun. Most importantly, join us on the Discord, because our community is my current favorite thing right now. So if you're not in the Discord, get in there. Conversation's great. Just really nice people. Come hang out with people who like the stuff you like, assuming the stuff you like is tabletop RPGs. Thanks as always to our friends at Syrinscape for bringing us awesome atmospheric music and combat music. Again, we probably won't have combat music tonight, but if we did, it would be brought to you by Syrinscape. Check them out at Syrinscape.com. Oh, and this is the fun part. Okay. We're going to be doing something fun and different tonight. We're going to channel all our rage at the state of the world and things completely outside of our control into something positive. So the four of us talked today and agreed to make Lost Mine of Phandelver, this whole campaign, a charity fundraising stream. And you can probably see we have a little bar up, yay, okay, there. There it is. We're going to be raising money for the Trevor Project, it's a charity very near and dear to my heart. If you haven't heard of the Trevor Project, they're the super stellar organization. They've been around for over 2 decades, doing a lot of awesome stuff for the LGBTQ community, but importantly, providing suicide prevention services for queer youth under the age of 25. We love them very much. And if you want to make a donation, you can scan the QR code there, right there with your phone, or you'll see a little thing in the Nightbat chat. I'll give you a link if you want to click on it. 100% of whatever you want to donate goes to the Trevor Project. Like, we're obviously not taking a cut of anything. But here's the cool thing we're going to do. And I know I'm going to regret this. I'm definitely going to regret this, but I'm going to commit to it. We're going to do it anyway. If you make a $10 donation through the link, you can buy a healing potion for any one of the players of your choice. Oh, God. If you make a donation of $25 or more, you can cause a random wild magic surge to occur in this game. I have my D100 to roll on the wild magic surge table.
That is huge.
This is the stupidest dice I own. I love it so much. It's a ball. It's just a ball. It's going to take a while to roll. Please don't. It's going to ruin the game, but also it's for a good cause, so please do. All right.
Wait, how much was the wild magic?
No. It's not. It's
Do you say 25?
$50,000.
Okay.
Or it's $25 if you want to.
$25. I can spare 25.
If you got it, do it. And if not, you don't have to. We're not pressuring anybody. It's all just for fun, but spread the word if you can. That'd be great.
Or for $30, you can buy 3 people healing potions.
More importantly,
Just saying, you have options.
I mean, I kind of like the chaos myself.
For $20, you could buy Brutalitar 2 healing potions.
Apparently,
You
need some.
say it like a needy child. Like, for only 2 health potions, you can keep this young dragonborn alive.
And then we play the Sarah McLachlan music in the background. My sister brings up a good point. How much do we donate to get the DM to do something embarrassing? I have been thinking about this for a while. I put $1,000.
It just happened naturally.
I know. I could just forget to unmute us. that one's for free. We have a $1,000 goal I'm hoping we can achieve over the course of this entire campaign. I think this campaign is probably going to run about 3 months. It'll run longer if I keep having to redo the first 10 minutes because I mute us. So, I'm going to regret this too. I'm definitely going to regret this. If we make over $1,000 in donations, I will share a video I found on VHS of myself at 6 years old, lip syncing to the Ninja Turtles rap. Completely seriously.
Wow.
That needs to happen.
I thought I was the
Color me
coolest.
interested.
The coolest shit ever. It is not cool. It was mortifying. And if we get $1,000 for charity, I will play that on the stream. Okay, I said it out loud. I can't take it back now.
You can put it in the Discord too.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Yes.
First and last
already out
name.
in the
Fuck
world.
it. Why not? All right, let's play D&D. What do you say, gang?
Let's do it.
All
I'm into
right.
it. Let's do it.
Here we go. I am going to fumble my way through the audio because our friend Mike's not here today.
I believe in you.
I believe in me. Chat, can we hear heroic music? Does that sound okay? Dad says he wants royalties for taking that video. That's fair. I mean, get it while I can, because after it's on the stream one time, I'm going to burn it. It was mortifying. I also still know the words to it. We're not talking about this right now. All right, listen. D&D, fantasy time. I'm a serious role player. Here we go. In the city of Neverwinter, heroes. A dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker has asked you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough and tumble settlement of Phandelver. Nope, Phandelver. It's a couple days southeast of Neverwinter. So Gundren the dwarf was clearly excited and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip. He said he and his brothers had found something big and he would pay you, I think I said it was 50 gold pieces each, for escorting his supplies safely to Barthen's Provisions, which is a little trading post in the frontier town of Phandelver. And then he set out ahead of you on horseback, along with a warrior escort, a woman named Silda Hallwinter. He just said he needed to arrive early to take care of business. So, you three have spent the last few days on the high road south from Neverwinter. Just recently this morning veered east along the Tribord Trail. And it was then that your kindly ox cart driver, this tiny elderly gnome named Grimble, he pointed out something on the trail ahead of you. 2 dead horses. So you recognize them to be the steeds belonging to Gundren Rockseeker and Silda Hallwinter. Was there a goblin ambush laid in wait for you? And the sound of whistling arrows filled the air as our heroes fought off 3 goblins from the Cragmaw tribe. You followed the trail through the woods to the Cragmaw hideout. Set off a few traps along the way. These things happen. And our heroes discovered the entrance to the Cragmaw hideout deep in the cave in a forest. So creeping stealthily in the dark, our heroes snuck past a room full of chained, hungry wolves, evaded a flood trap, kind of. You crossed a rickety bridge, 20 feet in the air, where Tincture surprised a goblin lying in wait for them by pushing him to his death when he was not expecting it on his birthday. And then finally, sneaking into a large cavern where you all found Silda Hallwinter being held captive. And you saw her being pummeled with a club by a large goblin. So our heroes sprung a trap on the unsuspecting goblins, claiming they were there to help with a birthday party. That kind of worked. You caught the Cragmaws off guard. You sprung into action and waged battle against the more abusive of the goblins. And then with the largest goblin defeated and 2 others having lowered their weapons in surrender, Silda painfully rose to her feet to greet you with recognition, because you just saw her in Neverwinter 2 days ago. She said, "Oh, thank you, friends. Thank you. My name is Silda Hallwinter. You remember me. And there's something you need to know. Please sit down." Is there anything any of you would like to do right now?
I'd prefer to stand, if you don't mind.
Very well.
I'd like to acknowledge Silva and say it's so good to meet you again. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm glad that we found you at least. It's unfortunate that you were here at all, but we got you covered.
I'm very grateful to see you. I didn't think I was going to make it back out of this cave. And we're not out of the dark yet, but I think between the 4 of us we can manage it. She sits down by the cook fire that the goblins have made, and starts taking some shreds of her own clothing to patch up. Looks like her leg is injured and she's trying to splint it. And she looks up at you. Yes, dear.
What should we do with the other goblins?
If they move, kill them. And you see the 2 of them just kind of like trembling in the corner.
I'm sorry for killing your boss and your friends. Sorry.
Not all of them were our friends. It's fine.
Thanks for the donation, Pete. Hit me in the chat. Let me know who's getting that first healing potion. Happy.
Could I look at Silda's leg to see how injured she is?
Sure.
Maybe help her in some way?
Yeah, sure. Make a medicine check.
That is a 18.
18. It doesn't look broken from what you can tell, but as you kind of poke and prod around it, it looks strained and maybe twisted a little bit, like she might have maybe sprained her knee, and you can tell her right leg is much more swollen than the left. But do you have a healer's kit? Because you could give her a little first aid to boost her HP.
Actually.
You do?
I do, yes. I came prepared.
Great. Well, if you're proficient, by all means, you can help her patch up a little bit.
Yes, I am.
How's your healer skill work? How much HP are you going to give her?
It doesn't actually say. It just says bandages, salves, and splints. The skin has 10 uses. It says you can stabilize a creature that has 0 hit points. It doesn't say anything about healing them.
If you have the healer feat, I know you can do.
I don't have the feat. We're only level 1.
All right, well, let's just say since you have a first aid kit on you, you can give her 1d4 healing.
Okay.
So you let me know what she's going to get.
Let's find out. not generating the D4. Okay. Let me...
Oh, Tink, those bandages are looking really nice. Do you mind tossing some over here?
And Silda looks up at you, Lofane. She says,
That's a 1.
that'll help. Lofane, she says, I had 2 healing potions in my pack, but I don't know what they did with it. If we can find it, maybe I can share it with you.
I do still have one more spell I can cast too. If you think I should do that now, I can do that now. If you think I should wait, I can wait.
I think we should wait on casting any spells. We don't know if there's any other danger around, but I would like to find her pack. Mind if I go look for that?
Well, that depends. Have you met Clarga yet?
No.
Their boss, not a goblin. She's a bugbear, the biggest of them all, and she hoards all the things that the bandits steal from people on the Tribor Trail. It's all in her cave on the other side of the cavern. That's probably where my pack is, I hope, but I wouldn't go face her alone. I'll be all right.
Maybe we could ask the other goblins to help us? I mean, maybe?
Tincture, do you want to make an insight check to see if you feel like you can trust them to do that?
Let's find out. That's a 5, so
Yeah.
Tink is very optimistic that she can trust these goblins.
Yeah, they would probably do exactly what you asked. Goblin to goblin? Yeah, why not?
I mean, I did just prove that I'm pretty tough, so...
Indeed. That's up to you. Silda kind of cocks an eyebrow at it. She says, honestly, I think we should probably just clear out this whole cave to keep them from ambushing anyone else on the trail. That's my hope. But if you want to do the kind thing and tie them up, I'm fine with that too.
I whip out some rope, getting ready to tie him up.
The goblins look
I'll
at you,
go with them
Lofane.
in case they give them resistance.
Brutalitar, do you want to make an intimidate check?
Why, yes, I would. Intimidation. 19 plus 2 for 21 total.
So both of them, when they see Lofane approach with the rope, you kind of see them like put their fingertips to the ground as though they're about to maybe book it. And as soon as they see Brutalitar approach with Lofane, they
Shit.
sink back down.
Ah, shit.
And they just put their wrists together for you.
I mean, it's gonna be tied up for us to have to kill you. I don't really want to kill anymore.
No, that's good. Yeah, no kill sounds good. Thank you.
All right, I'll tie up both their wrists.
Okay. So,
I
Tincture,
want to take them with us, by the way,
perfect.
like as prisoners.
We can be helpful. That's fine. No, whatever you need, we'll help. No
Yeah,
need
I
to
know
kill.
there's a bugbear. There's a bugbear you could probably help us with.
That's Clarga. She's in charge.
Maybe you could be in charge.
Maybe I could be in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plumbor has always dreamt of greatness. Do you see it in me? I feel like I could be leader. Very strong, powerful goblin. Very strong, powerful goblin. Well, yeah, whatever you need. Weird blue guy and red guy, that's fine.
So,
Scylla, do you think we should make our way to get your bag? Or do you think it'd be better for us to leave? Is there anything important in there?
I would love it if we could completely clear out this cave, because we are going to need people running back and forth from Neverwinter to Phandelver for a while, and we can't have everyone getting ambushed on the way. Our job is too important.
Do you think maybe taking a short break to make sure everybody can catch their breath would be a good idea?
Yes. That's a great idea.
And then let us press forward and find this Clarga and clear them out.
Silda gives you a very approving nod. Brutalitar, you can see Like her like long Viking braids are kind of matted with blood, just like shake a little bit as she gives you a look of approval. Man after my own spirit. I appreciate that. So I have my own business in Phandelver. As you know, I was journeying with Gundren Rockseeker, your patron. I would appreciate your escort if you'd still be willing to all the way to Phandelver. Would you be willing to accompany me so this doesn't happen again?
Surely.
Wonderful.
We do still have to escort the things we were hired to escort. They're still on the trail.
Well, let's hope they're still on the trail, yes?
Yes, let's hope.
We'll see when we get back.
I hope he didn't choke on those pineapple candies.
Me as well. He seemed quite capable otherwise.
He? Okay. The thing I think you should all know, why we were ambushed to begin with. Have you heard of something called the Phandelver's Pact? Okay.
No.
I don't know, actually. I don't think so.
Tincture, you may have heard it as like a bedtime story with the adventures you grew up with. Ruchalatar possibly the same for you, but if you've heard the word, you've only ever known it as just a story that grown-ups tell kids about like the legends and the wild long ago, but never as a reality. So Silda, still kind of rubbing her sore leg, tells you, I always thought it was a story. It was more than 500 years ago. The legend says there was a wondrous cavern known as Wave Echo Cave. And the legend said it was rich, not just with minerals, but with great magical power. It was found by dwarves and gnomes that mined it. They agreed to share its riches, which was abundant, and this agreement became known as the Phandelver's Pact. So the dwarves and the gnomes long ago allied with human spellcasters. The spellcasters worked to channel this magic energy that was just flowing deep within the cave, and they bound it to the great forge that came to be known as the Forge of Spells. And they said they could use the Forge of Spells to create magic items, something anyone would want. That kind of riches and that much power, it couldn't stay safe for long. That's what the story goes. So they say times were good. Everyone became rich, and the nearby town of Phandelver also prospered until the orcs came. There was a powerful force of orcs. Evil mercenary wizards accompanied them, and they attacked Wave Echo Cave, wanting to seize the riches and all the magic for themselves. So the human wizards, the dwarves, the gnomes, all the members of the Phandelver Pact, they fought side by side to help defend the Forge of Spells. But the ensuing spell battle allegedly destroyed most of the cavern. No one survived the cave-in, and the location of Wave Echo Cave was lost. But your patron, Gundren Rockseeker, and his brothers, I think they found it. The location of Wave Echo Cave. That's what they said, anyway.
Sorry, is that Wave Echo Cave?
Wave Echo Cave. I don't know. I don't know where it is. Somewhere in the mountains outside of Phandelver. But Gundren had a map. And when we were ambushed, I think they took the map to the entrance. I've been hearing the goblins talk. It sounds like Klarga sent the map and Gundren. I don't think... You haven't seen Gundren in this cave, have you?
I don't
Not so far.
I mean, I'm actually the only one who can see in the caves, so...
Yeah, I can't see anything.
I very well could have walked right past him, yes.
Well, I guess that's reassuring. I'm not sure. But it sounds like Klarga had Gundren and his map sent to the chief of the Cragmaws, some place called Cragmaw Castle. Being a member of the Lord's Alliance myself, I think we need to save him. Maybe not me, I'm not sure I'm in any shape to do so, but when we can, maybe adventurers such as yourself would be able to find him and bring him back to Phandelver.
DM question. Just in general, what do I know about Silda as like her reputation, her like fighting ability?
You don't know Silda, but you know the faction called the Lord's Alliance. You know, out of character, you know they're generally lawful good. In character, you know they're usually fighters, paladins, sometimes brown nosers, but they are the part of society that likes to see order being kept. They like to see wrongs being righted. So you would assume that she's on the up and up if she is, in fact, a member of the Lord's Alliance.
So I would look to the group.
So we rest, clear out this cave, and then go after Gundren.
Yeah, I believe that's our path. I definitely need a nap.
Just a quick 1 hour cat nap.
Whatever will get me at least one spell slot, yeah.
What's a spell slot?
While we're resting, I would like to go over to the goblins that we've captured.
Okay. What would you like to do?
I want to know if they can draw me a map of the cave. If I give them, or if they can describe it to me, or if I give them like ink and quill and paper.
Sure. The cave that you're in right now?
Yeah.
Okay. You give it to the one in front who's been eyeing you this whole time. You give him ink and quill?
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea for us to know our way around.
We have a magic surge.
No, we don't. Do we really?
Do we really?
What?
Already?
We're just role playing, guys. Come on.
Thank you, chat. You're very generous.
Yes, I do.
Whatever's
Thanks.
gonna happen's gonna
Now,
happen.
What magic search table are you using is the question, because there's one I know that's
Yeah, that's-
pretty deadly, so I'm hoping it's not that one.
Don't worry about it. Here we go. My sister
We'll
was the one
see.
that gave me this. Here we go. From Mom. From my mom. Mom doesn't even know what a wild magic surge is. She's just like, this sounds like it's gonna be funny. Here we go.
Maybe.
Wait
All
till
right,
you
here
see
we go.
that
Here we
tape.
go. Here we go. That is a 23. That's a 23. So on the table we're using, Tincture, you go over to these goblins with a parchment and quill, and Lofane, you look on as Silda's skin suddenly begins to glow, like the area around her begins to just illuminate up, like through her feet, and you see her skin begin to turn the same blue color as your own as a water genasi. She previously had like ivory white skin, like she was from the far north. Not anymore. Now she's like Violet in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. She's just pure blue. That's fun. That could have been way worse. That could have ended the campaign today. But nope, now we just have a weird blue NPC. And you see Silda look up. What? Is this some kind of curse? What's wrong with this place? I felt some kind of magic overtake me. Okay, calm, Silda. Remember your training.
There's definitely some kind of strange magic going on here. I wouldn't worry too much about it unless your skin starts to break. Then that's when things become troublesome.
I'm gonna scoot like
I think-
5 feet away from Silda.
I think blue looks good on you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Oh, you were talking to her. Yeah,
For both of you, you both.
it's all right.
Silda kind of whips her braids around to look to see if they're still like dark brown. All right. All right. According to the Wild Magic Surge table, only a remove curse spell can end this effect. So she's going to be blue forever now. Until she gets
I
back
don't
to
wanna spend
Neverwinter,
a spell slot on
probably.
that.
Thanks, Mom. So
Makes the game more fun.
definitely makes it exciting anyway. Tincture, what do you ask of the goblins that you just handed parchment to?
So I was wondering if you could maybe tell me what the inside of this cave looks like. I'd really like to not wander around aimlessly, and mean, pretty please.
She, the one you handed the quill to, looks at you, and then sees Brutalitar behind you, and
Oh, yeah, sure. No, of course. Happy to help. Happy to help. Yeah, that's fine.
and she, it kind of looks like a kindergartner drew it, but she draws you a very basic shape of the map I sent you in Discord. It looks like that, except way, way worse. And she points to, I forget what number it is. I think it's 8. And she says,
This is Clarga right here. She'll be hiding there with all the goodies.
I mean, are there other goblins there with her too, or?
There would have been 2 goblins in the twin pools right outside Clarga's cave. They're the ones in charge of flooding people out, but they didn't get you, so I don't know what they're doing right now. And then it's just Clarga and Ripper.
I'm like really sad at the mention of the goblins that were supposed to flood us out.
Is Ripper.
Oh, it's a pet wolf. He's smelly and kind of mean, but you know, he does what Clarga says.
Well, I'm gonna pull out my survival pack, throw out the sleeping bag, and just like hop in, just be like, I'm taking a nap.
I can keep watch. All right, if you all want to roll any hit dice if you need to recover a little bit, now's the time.
What I'm gonna do is I'm going to use my second win because I get that back on a short rest.
Nice. I don't understand any
Oh, you're
of these classes.
still really hurt?
A little bit. I'm not at full, and right now at level 1, full is what you need.
Yeah,
A D8 for hit dice.
it depends on your class. I think you as a druid, yes.
You can do it in D&D Beyond if there's a short rest button you can use and then pick how many dice you want to roll for it.
Excellent.
I have 1 right now because we're level 1. Pretty sure it's based on your level.
Ooh, it's hit die +3 because I'm druid. Short rest. Wow.
So as you rest, Silda looks to you and says, "It would be very admirable if you were willing to go help Gundren, wherever this Cragmaw castle is. I don't know where. We can get our supplies in Phandelver and heal ourselves up there, but the sooner we can find him, the better."
Sounds like a plan.
Before I even could think about joining you, I need to attend to my own business in Phandelver and check on one of our own. So I trust you all can take care of this yourselves. It looks like you can manage your own.
So you're going to leave us out. You're going to leave this cave that you were trapped into by yourself and go back to the cart.
Lords, no. Once you all clear out the goblins from this cave, I'd
see,
appreciate
yes.
it if you could escort me into town, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Well, I think we have a bugbear to approach.
Once we take care of her, the other goblins should either surrender or run, which either's good enough for me.
We got a short rest right now?
Yep.
All right. Ooh, I feel better.
Is there anything you all want to do with your short rest, or you want to keep moving?
I'm at a spell slot back, but I don't think that's happening.
It's not? Is that a thing?
I don't think it is for a short rest. No.
Level 1's tough. I'm sorry.
No,
It's okay. I can handle this. I have Shillelagh now, so I should be able to do some damage.
Yeah.
That's one of those words that I only ever read, and I'm always surprised when I hear it out loud because I've never played a druid. Shillelagh.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's Shillelagh. I heard somebody else say it today.
That sounds right.
So
Sounds like an instrument.
Very well.
during the short rest, Tix said go off and find the ball bearing that she threw that's still glowing somewhere in the cave, and she's gonna just bring it back and end the effect on it.
Sure. It's probably a good idea.
As we were sitting there for the hour on the short rest, Brutalitar would have had that burnt piece of branch that he had from outside during the breath weapon, and he would have almost been holding it like a spell component. And at the little cooking fire, you see him trying to no avail, trying to manipulate the flames there during the short rest.
Silda kind of eyes him with curiosity. Is it doing what you want it to be doing?
No. And you can tell he's a little, like, grumpy about it.
I know when not to ask more questions. I respect that. Silda, after about an hour, gingerly climbs to her feet and tries to put a little bit of weight on her leg, and it looks like she can hold herself at this point. She can manage her own. Might not be too good in a fight, but she's standing anyway.
Does she have a weapon?
No.
Okay, I want to pick up one of the scimitars that the dead goblin had, and I want to give it to her. Or drag like the club over, just like because it's probably used.
Oh.
Think it's not strong. Just be like, you can take one of these. They might be helpful.
She takes the club that was the one that bashed her leg in, and kind of has a resolute look on her face. Thank you. And looks down at the dead goblin that you dispatched of and looks satisfied. Holds it.
Shall we?
Well, if what those goblins saying were true, then we should be able to cross the bridge, up the steps, and that should lead us to Clarga.
Should we still try to maintain the element of surprise, or should we use torches at this point?
Well, my understanding of bugbears is that you have to be all "Brah!" and then they'll back off, right? Does Lofane know this because he's in the forest? Maybe he understands this about bugbears, that you have to be all aggressive and it pushes them away, right?
Yeah, sure. Make a nature check.
Oh yes, that's all I wanted to do. At the 2.
That sounds like a pretty solid plan of action. Like, you can't remember if that's bears or bugbears, but you're pretty sure if you just go on the offense, then they'll probably respect you.
Could I also
Excellent.
make a nature check?
No.
I have proficiency.
Yeah.
That's fine, Tim. Go ahead. Don't embarrass your druid.
No.
It's what he's good at.
You gotta trust me. I'm the druid.
Yeah, he knows. He grew up in nature. Just do it.
That's 18.
Yeah, bugbears ain't nothing to fuck with.
Come on, team.
Pictures from what you've heard.
Good at everything.
Yeah. From what you know, bugbears are probably even bigger than Brutalitar, and even if all three of you were standing on each other's shoulders, they'd probably be pretty difficult to intimidate. If you could intimidate them, that would be a decent strategy. Can you? That's a great question.
We just need Tally to be really, really brr.
Yeah, you just be really big. Brutal.
Yeah, like,
Really?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like that.
like that.
Flames in his mouth.
Silda looks at the three of you. I'll leave it up to you. I'll follow where you lead.
Okay,
I'll start
well, I say we just start walking in there.
I'll start walking until I hit just pure darkness from leaving the campfire, and then I'll stop there.
And to be clear, Silda's skin is not glowing. It was just glowing when it was changing, correct?
Yeah, it's not glowing anymore, but it is a bright blue color, but not like illuminating itself.
Okay.
That would have been dope. I wish I'd said it was.
Are we bringing them with us, or the other goblins?
Oh, absolutely.
You can leave us here. It's fine. We'll just
No,
stay
the-
here. You can check on us later.
as Tink said, you'd make a great leader. I think you should take the front.
I would make a great leader. All right. Well, you should probably untie me as your leader, right?
I'm
No.
going to pull Lofane and Tank off to the side.
What happens if they get in front of the bugbear and start to attack us on her orders? We could be bringing more enemies.
Are they
These
aligned?
things have been quite vicious in this cave. I do not care for longer combat.
You have a point. I don't care for longer combat, which is why I think the little guys should lead, and they can be, for lack of a better term, bait for our bugbear friend.
Oh, okay. I mean, I am fine with whatever.
All right. So our fearless leader here, do you mind taking us into the next room?
Not at all.
And the one in front kind of gets up. He looks puffed up, like he looks like he's actually taking what you're saying as a serious compliment.
It's this way. There.
And the one behind him, she's kind of like,
I'm making fun of you. Fine.
and he leads you out of the cave, down this stone passage to the rope bridge where you cross to come in. And at this point, if you don't have a light source, you cannot see.
It's gonna sort of be like trying to like stay with the goblins, be like, I'm actually not making fun of you at all. Like, you can do so much more with your lives. I think you can too. Like, you don't need to like raid caravans and stuff. Like, just think about it.
She's like,
We have a union. I mean, there's benefits, and it's like a family. I mean, I love most of these people. I mean, some of them are new, and I don't know them, but some of them are great, you know? Like my brother's here. I can't wait to see him later. We're going to celebrate his birthday later. Like, it's not a bad job.
And to clarify, we're going back across the bridge?
you will have to go back across the bridge.
Okay. Maybe I'm misreading the map.
I'm sorry. We have Lofane has a healing potion. Tank has 2 healing potions.
Holy shit. What is
I
happening?
have advantage and a healing potion.
Where did advantage come from?
I've been building up, and I'm just relaying what
trust her.
Marcel's relaying to me.
I love you, chat.
What are you guys doing?
Thank you, chat. Thank you for
love
taking
that.
my level 1 players and turning them into superheroes.
I have
Well, that's why
2 healing
I'm just
potions.
walking into this cave.
Did I hear that right?
No, chat's gonna cover us.
They sure are. Thank
I mean, I am an alchemist, so like, thank you, but
I'm sorry. The DM kills me with the goblins. It's just like you truly get me with the goblins.
I love the goblins.
Good thing we're in a goblin cave. If you love them, you should probably stop killing them. That's on you. Yeah. All right, you want to
That's
divvy
all
up your
it
healing potions? Does anyone want to take one of these magical, free, popped into existence healing
I
potions?
mean, put my arm up to catch it. Caught it.
It just seemed like it
Pop it
came out of
open.
nowhere. That was incredible. This cave
Oh,
has...
are these your healing potions?
No, they're not
That's
mine. I'd take one if you're offering, but you...
Yeah, absolutely. Here, take one.
Oh, thank you. Wonderful. I'll be better in a fight with this.
I think
Sorry,
so.
those are typically D8s, right?
I think it's 2d4 plus
2d4 plus 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I will take it. Thank you, chat.
Thank you,
Thank you for
chat,
giving the alchemist healing
for
potions.
healing my NPC. 7. Not bad. All right.
Yep. Yeah. 2d4 plus 2 hit points.
Sweet.
Excellent.
I'll save the other one for me, because I die horribly. We'll see.
These things happen.
Well, I hope not.
No, I'm just kidding. These things would never happen.
Hey, I'm at full health, guys.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm back at full health.
I'm fine with staying 1 health less than I usually have. We'll see if I regret that later.
All right, so you all approach this bridge. The goblin with his hands bound is leading the way. Do you want to follow in the dark? Do you want to light a light source? How would you like to proceed?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, my opinion is I think we should run with the torch.
I think that's a really good idea, actually. Because I can see, and that's great, but you can't, and that's really bad.
All right, I'm gonna pull out my torch and then like put it towards Brutalitar.
And I'll just not realize it's in my face because we're in pitch blackness.
Be like, hey, buddy, give my torch a blow.
Oh, okay. Oh, a little bit of flame.
All right, we got light.
Great. Okay.
All right. So the goblin in front slowly crosses the bridge. He just kind of darts across like he does this 100 times a day. He doesn't worry about like the rope handholds or anything. The second bound goblin follows. It's not a big deal to cross this. You don't, even with your passive perception, you can tell it doesn't sound like there's a lot of other goblins nearby. Below you, you can kind of hear the distant sound of growling. The wolf sound that you heard earlier when you first entered. It sounds like it's quite a ways away, but you can still hear them. But other than that, you hear the stream just flowing underneath this bridge. But it seems quiet. This seems safe enough where you are right now.
Well, I want to find that bugbear.
Yeah, we'll continue on.
Yeah, just continue on.
So,
I'll have my own torch and I'll be towards the back of the group, almost bringing up the rear at this point.
Okay.
I'll be holding the two goblins who are leading. The leader one, of course, ahead. I'll be holding their leash right behind him.
How dehumanizing? Dehumanizing. But they're not human, so I understand.
Degoblinizing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So you all cross this bridge back onto the stone path. There's some rocky carved steps up and around. Lofane leading the way as though holding two scaly gray toddlers, unruly, in a shopping mall ahead of him, leading the way. You come across an open cavern that looks like it's... Actually, you were here before last time when you made your way into the bridge. It looked like there were pools of water here where the dams have been released, and this is where the water flowed out before. And now it looks like a waterfall slowly trickling from the ceiling is starting to fill these pools up again. Other than that, this dark area seems empty, but you do see at the far end of this space, there's an entry into an additional cavern farther in. And you know that's where the goblin pointed on the map. That's where Clarga is.
yeah, I guess the bugbear is that way.
Yeah, that's Clarka's room in there.
What do you know about them?
About Clarka?
Mm-hmm.
She's really mean. She never comes to any of our get-togethers. Doesn't remember most of our names. Or sometimes if she gets pissed off at us, she's just like, Ripper, you can eat one. And there's... She is very big, you know? I mean, she's like... She was probably about four or five of us stacked on top of each other. She's a good leader. Yeah, she's a great leader.
When she's not killing you, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be a better leader for sure.
Well, wait, what is your name?
My name? Mulbrick.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Mulbrick.
Mulbrick, it sounds like there might be a conflict of power here. We're taking over this joint with your help as our leader.
What if I go in first and distract her, and then you guys can come in a minute and just ambush, and I'll help you.
That's what I like to hear.
Okay, yeah, no,
Can I insight check him?
Please do.
Mulbrick's a great helper, team player.
He's so timid.
Mulbrick's got you.
Oh, I don't have a great modifier. I got a 1. It was a 2 minus 1 for a 1, so...
Dude, you never met a Mulbrick you didn't like. This is one stand-up goblin. He's got ambitions. He wants to be in
I
charge.
don't know
He
why I
wants to see
didn't want to
succeed.
bring this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't
Seems
want to bring
cool.
him.
Yeah. don't see anything that could go wrong
Jack.
there.
I know he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go ahead. You'll hear me make a distraction, okay? And then you come in.
All right, I have my weapon drawn, and I'm like waiting for the signal outside the room now.
Yeah. He turns to the other tied up goblin,
Glabbit, you helping?
and she's like,
Yeah, okay, I'll help, sure, yeah.
and the two of them start to go into Clarga's den. You let them go. You let go of their toddler leashes.
Well, maybe actually we should untie them first. It's
Okay.
kind of suspicious if they're tied up.
Oh, no, you're so smart. See, goblins are so smart. You should untie us first, and then we'll go in and we'll distract her.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna untie them.
Yeah.
So
This is gonna go so great for us, guys.
Yeah, dude, I'm pumped.
Commit to the bit.
Okay, so you untie us?
I'll untie you. But by the way, my name is Tincture.
Tincture.
Or Tink for short.
Tincture?
I'm trusting you. I don't want to do more bad things to your friends. So, if you betray us, though,
Of course. Of course not. Look.
And he smiles at you with these like jagged, sawed into point like claw teeth.
Of course. It's fine. We're gonna go.
And they just like quietly enter Clarga's den very slowly.
gonna turn back to
See you in a
Metalitar. Am I being too trusting here?
With my nat 1, I'm going to say,
No, be ready for the distraction.
and I'm like still paying attention.
I have my quarterstaff drawn, waiting.
Yeah. You wait to hear the voices, the conversation, the inevitable like growling, shouting, something coming from the next part of the cavern. Maybe they're just talking very quietly.
Yeah.
You don't hear anything. Maybe Clarga's not there. You're not sure. You hear the scream. Yep. Don't hear anything.
Gonna hide, actually. I like to hide.
Sure. You can hide.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Well, we have a torch, so there's definitely a glow going on.
Yeah, and I'm gonna look to her kind of hide. I'm gonna be like, because I'm there with my weapon drawn, so I see her hide. I'm kind of like,
I will at 14 to stealth.
Well, yeah, there's a ton of stalagmites in the area, big rock piles. There's a lot of different places to hide, and you just disappear.
It's gonna be like, if we get into trouble, I'll help. Don't worry.
Minutes pass. Your torchlight flickers on the wall. You're still waiting for the conversation that never comes. You don't hear anything. Even Silda starts looking around. I'm not sure I trusted those goblins. I don't hear anything. Do you think the next room's empty?
Well,
gonna
there's
peek
only
around.
one way to find out.
I'm gonna
I like
peek
to
around.
peek around the corner with my torch.
Yeah.
So both of you just ever so slightly illuminate this next room with your crackling torchlight. It's a large stone cavern. It's probably the biggest room you've seen in this place so far. You see goodies. It looks like just sacks and crates and piles of boxes and bags and stuff. Looks like everything that these bandits have looted from the Tribor Trail, this is where they piled it up. This is where they stash it all. You see all of that kind of on the south end of this large cave. And then to the west, you see that the floor slopes towards this narrow opening. And it kind of descends into darkness. Your torchlight doesn't reach to that point, so you can't tell what's over there, but there is some kind of opening on the west part of this cave. And then you see there's another larger opening. Actually, no, it's just where you are. Where you're standing right now is the only other opening. You don't see Clarga. Someone could be hiding for sure behind all these provisions, but you don't see anybody in here.
I'd like to approach the provisions.
Okay. You walking in or are you sneaking in?
I'm slowly walking while looking around.
I'll walk in as well.
I'm gonna.
I'll peek around the corner right now.
You peek around the corner. Neat. Lofane. So you walk up to these provisions. The first thing you see is a crate branded with a lion's head logo. You don't recognize, but you know, this doesn't belong to the crag maws. This looks just like a lot of goods and provisions, kind of like what you had in the ox cart out there. Just piles and piles of it. And then you see something move out of the corner of your eye. Make a perception check.
You got it. Nine.
9. It might just be a barrel full of cabbages, like Skyrim style. Apples. This one smells great. It's like incense. And then you hear the whistling sound of a giant club coming through the air at you. I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, buddy. Here we go. I got the music.
And 12.
20.
No one could have
All right,
seen this
chat. I'm
coming.
counting on you.
I got a 12.
Let's do it.
Nat 24-20.
Oh my goodness. Nat 20.
Is that the second nat 20 you've rolled in initiative?
Did I get another nat 20 in
I
initiative?
think you did.
You were very alert.
If I
6.
did, I did nothing with it last session.
It could have been Lupin though. Hey.
This is great.
Someone's
Okay.
coming at me. I got a. Did you get my 6?
It's not loading for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing on the screen.
Yeah, I did not, but I can put it in.
Maybe I should just roll again. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll again. Why not?
Okay.
Why not? You need all the help you can get.
That's 20.
That'll help. Let's see. Brutalitar, what was your initiative?
20. Flat 20. No initiative mod.
All right. And Tincture?
I got a 12.
12. Here's why it happened was. There is one other feature in the room that I forgot to mention. You would have stepped around this. There's a burning fire pit. Looks like another cook fire. There's smoldering coals in the center of this room, giving off just a little bit of smoke. Smells kind of nice. But that's the only other feature of note in this space. Brutalitar, you watch as this club comes out of the shadows and attempts to just bash Lofane on the top of the head. And attached to this club is this towering bugbear dressed in like the nicer furs and rags. She has these gold chains that look like they probably don't belong to her, but they look very, very fancy. And this big helmet adorned with bones on top, and she has a bone going through her lip right here as an homage to her bravery. And she goes, well, nope, that's not what she does. Well, ha wham. Let's see. Where did she go? She's gone.
Yes, we did it.
She does it. Does a 5 hit? No, that's damage. I'm sorry, I'm trying to run Syrinscape without Mike. Does a 6 hit?
No.
Great. So much for her surprise round. Lofane, you didn't see her coming, but you certainly heard the well, and dart to the side behind some of these sacks and barrels to get out of the way before this club comes crushing down on your top of your head. Brutalitar, you're up first. What would you like to do?
Draw my sword, rush in, roaring. Is she within 30 feet of me?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to make it up to her, and I'm going to attack with my longsword.
Nice.
And that is going to be a 15 to hit.
That just barely misses. This enormous hulk of a bugbear sees you coming and just kind of like leans out of the way just at the last moment.
And that is going to be it for me.
Okay. If you want, you can be on the opposite side of Lofane for flanking.
Yeah.
Alright.
Would I have been able to do that?
Yeah. Yeah, you can like run up behind her, so you and Lofane are on opposite sides if you'd like.
Is that advantage on the attack?
That would be advantage if you want to roll one more attack roll, see how that does.
And no, that was worse. All right.
Oh, not quite. But you have her right where you want her, Brutalitar. Like, you set it up just how you intended. It's coming.
Right there.
Lofane, what would you like to do?
I would very much like to cast the Shillelagh, which allows me to roll a 1d8 plus 3 attack damage with a wooden weapon, which I have my quarterstaff. So I'm going to roll for that.
All right.
And that's 24 to hit.
That'll definitely hit. How hard is that going to hit her for?
At the legs, I'd like to whoosh for 7.
7 bludgeoning. Yeah, Brutalitar from just around the other side of this hulking bugbear. You see Lofane's quarterstaff suddenly glow like this brilliant golden green and kind of just preternaturally extends itself right around her side. And it looks like she cringes just a little bit and then snarls at the both of you. At this point, you hear creeping out of the other side of the cavern in the shadows. And you hear the bugbear go, "Get him!" And Ripper, oh, such a good boy, is going to lunge at your back, Brutalitar, because you are messing with his mistress. So he's going to try and hit you with a bite attack. Does a 22 hit?
Yes, it does.
The wolf sinks its teeth into your scale mail. Chainmail?
Chainmail.
And still manages to pierce you for 7 points of damage.
All right.
Bringing us to Silda. You hear Silda in the other part of the cavern. Oh, that makes sense. These fucking goblins, I swear to the gods. She takes the scimitar that you guys gave her and starts limping into the room. With her movement, she can't get all the way there, but she can get to about the fire pit. So she's getting ready to back you up, but she's going so slow. She's hurt bad.
Club, not the scimitar.
Yeah, she has a club.
Oh, right. I know that. That's what I meant with her club. Thank you, Tincture. Bringing us back to Clarga, who's gonna whip around to Brutalitar. You look pesky, don't you? And she's gonna try and swing her massive club at you.
All right.
That is a... Oh, God, I'm sorry. That's a 22 to hit.
Yep, that is.
That's a game.
Yeah, that's... As she rears
Hopefully
back...
I make it to level 2, guys.
This club is bigger than Tincture is, and probably heavier than Tincture is, which is why it just resounds in your skull as she smacks you with 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yep, and I go down.
He's down.
Good thing we have
Oh man, it'd be really nice if he had a healing potion.
Healing potion.
Only they were just popping out of the ether left and right. Bringing us to Tincture. What would you like to do?
I hid. Do I have advantage to attack her?
You were in the other room, so if you have a ranged weapon, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot with my crossbow.
Go for it.
Does a 21 hit?
21 will definitely hit.
I'm gonna roll one more time, just so I have advantage, just in case. So yeah, 21 to hit. And I'm gonna shoot her with my crossbow, but when I do, I'm going to yell at her. Just be like, how dare you hurt Tally, and I'm gonna fucking kill you now. And I'm gonna use Fury the Small to do an extra 2 points of damage.
Nice!
Don't hurt my friends, damn it.
Was that called Fury of the Small?
Yeah, it is.
I love that.
That's 6 points of damage.
6 points.
Sweet.
She looks
rolled a 1.
deeply annoyed. She looks around the entrance into this part of the cavern, glaring into the darkness, but she can't quite see you, but she heard you. And then looks down at your fallen dragonborn. Tally. Just called him the nickname his mom gives him when you're like kissing him goodbye on the bus. Anything else for your turn, Tink?
I don't think so, because I think I don't have anything I can do with a bonus action right now.
All right. And you want to stay?
That's it.
You want to stay where you are?
Yeah.
Okay. Brutalitar. What flashes before your eyes before you make your first death saving throw?
Oh, what do you mean, like memories type of thing?
Yeah, if these are Brutalitar's last moments, what are the flickering images that like pass through your mind before the lights go out?
Dragonfire.
Dragon
People
fire.
screaming.
Excellent. Go ahead and make your first death saving throw for me.
Now, is that a straight D20?
That's a D20, and if it's higher than 10, that's a success.
Now I have advantage. Can I use that on my death save?
Yes, you can. You can and you should.
I think if you also roll a 20, you get
Yeah, and I
a
needed it. I got a 14 on the advantage. Otherwise, it was going to be a fail, so...
All right. One success for you. Not bad, not bad. Bringing us to Lofane, sandwiched between a wolf and a bugbear. What would you like to do?
I would first like to point to the stream and say that there was a donation for Brutalitar to receive a potion. Secondly...
Thank you, stream. Thank you.
Secondly, I would like to swing again at the mistress, as you called her.
All right. Swing
I'm
away.
going to... I love cantrips. I can just do them again and again. Chalet... And that is...
Oh, so Chalet actually lasts until an hour, lasts an hour, so you don't need to recast it.
Oh, really? I don't have to cast it again?
Nope.
Man, dang. Fuck. It's a 6.
Do you have any banked advantage that you want to fall back on? I feel like it's been coming in hot and heavy.
If I am to move to like flank from being in front of her, would that be an attack of opportunity for them?
If you're between Clarga and the wolf. So if you step away to the side of one of them, it'll invoke an attack of opportunity from the other. You can. They might miss.
It's true. Well, I really want to take her down, so I'm going to flank her.
Well, because Brutalitar is down, there is no more flanking, unfortunately. They're flanking you now, but you don't have an ally to flank them with.
I see. So I can get out of flanking range toward. Is that possible? And then just receive attack of opportunity from one of them.
Yes. Yeah. You could move to the other side of the wolf or the other side of Clarga, and one of them would get
I'd like to move
on
to
you.
the other side of Clarga.
Okay. All right, then
So
Ripper is gonna snap his jaws at you and try and take a quick bite as you go. Does an 11 hit?
Nope.
Yeah.
Where are those rolls for Brutalitar?
For real though, you're getting 22s twice.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The wolf lunges and just like you can feel hot saliva spray against you as you dart out of the way to come face to face with Clarga. She's at least a good 8 or 9 inches taller than you are.
Okay, and yeah, I guess I mess with my attack 6.
Unfortunately, so. But, like I said, if you want to use one of your banked advantages, you can.
I have a banked advantage.
I thought you did. I thought somebody last week in chat gave you an advantage, like an inspiration.
Last week, yeah, I used it immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, I still have one, but
Okay.
I haven't.
Yeah, it's not transferable.
All right.
I'm
Anything else?
sure you can do more damage than I could anyway.
Anything else for your
Yeah,
turn?
I'm gonna just take in a defensive stance, just like ready to take it.
Feisty druid. Love it. Okay, Ripper is going to dart around to his mistress's side try and take another snarling bite attack at you, Lofane. Does a 15 hit.
Does.
You watch as this drooly, mangy wolf sinks its sharp jaws into you for 6 points of piercing damage right in your leg.
Ow.
And Clarga looks down. Good boy. Bringing us to Silda, finally within range, and cautiously but bravely approaching with her club, not nearly as big as Clarga's club, but you see her kind of take a swinging, spiraling, batter up kind of stance, and she goes, "For the Lord's Alliance!" She's English now, I forgot. And that'll be neat. That'll be a 21 to hit. So Silda is going to club this bugbear forward, 9 points of damage. And she's looking moderately hurt. She's still standing, but she's definitely showing some bruises and some blood. Bringing us back to Clarga, now seeing this brave, older, 50-year-old human woman. Who does she think she is? And goes to backhand her across the skull with her giant club. So Clarga's going to attack Silda. I'm sorry, I don't know what these rolls were for you, Brutalitar, but that's a 6 to hit. And you see Silda just kind of duck out of the way, evading.
Yeah.
Bringing us...
It's like I got AC. It's just all or nothing with your rolls.
I just rolled hot. I'm sorry. Bringing us to Tink with Brutalitar on deck.
Okay. I need our bugbear enemy to make a dexterity saving throw.
Neat. I love doing these. That is an 18.
She passes. She's just gonna see a ball of ball bearing just fly past her head and explode in the wall behind her.
She kind of gives you a sarcastic golf clap. Ah. Anything else for your turn?
I'm gonna hide. I can do that as a bonus action.
You can and you should. All right, bringing us to Brutalitar. Inventory magically a little bit heavier than it was just a moment ago as this healing potion materialized from the ether and into your pack. You cannot use it, unfortunately, because you're unconscious, but it'll be nice for your next of kin to inherit someday. So, Brutalitar, you have this image in your half-conscious mind of just the roaring, searing flame of dragon fire and the way it roared in your ears when you were very, very young. What's the next thing that flashes in your mind as you make your next death saving throw? Are you muted? Or do I need to put on my listening ears? I got nothing.
You're muted.
I can't hear.
All right, no. First it was my headset's on top of my head. Then I clicked the mute button because I thought it was muted. With that, it's gonna be thoughts of him training, like sparring, like weapons coming at him, kind of dodging out the way, like first person kind of sparring.
Okay. Make your next death saving throw.
That is a 12.
A 12 is a success. So if you get one more success, you won't return to consciousness, but you will be stabilized. But not quite there yet.
I will end my turn.
Lofane looking worse for the wear. What would you like to do?
Okay, my understanding is that the mistress was engaged with
Silda.
Silda.
Yes.
The wolf had just attacked me, so it was engaged with me, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to... I can't get without attack of opportunity.
You
Unfortunate.
actually disengage.
Can I just disengage and there would be no attack of opportunity?
Your
If-
action.
Yeah, if you want to use your entire action as disengage, you can get out of there, and then you'll
Okay,
still
my
have
objective,
a movement. Yeah.
My objective is, because I felt the magic, the strange magic that populated that potion. inside Brutalitair's bag. So what I'm wanting to do is help my buddy out and disengage, run, grab the potion, give it to him.
So using an action using an item is an action, but you can disengage and move, and that will get you to Brutalitar and ready to do that on your next turn if you like.
Okay, and also be disengaged with all enemies. Okay.
Yep.
I'll do that.
Okay. So Tincture, you see as Lofane moves fluidly, almost like water, and just zips out of the way past the bugbear and past Silda, and kind of skids on his knees to Brutalitar's side. Bringing us to Ripper, now with no one left to bite, turns his jaws to Silda Hallwinter, and he's going to make a bite attack at her.
You can't die when you need her.
Oh, okay. So you're not the
guess I
only one,
took notes.
Brutalitar. That's a 22 to hit Silda. He's going to sink the wolf.
Were you in 22s?
Sinks his jaws into Silda for 8 points of piercing. And you see, she's too brave to cry out. She thinks she's very tough, but if she did cry out, she would be. Kind of steadies herself to stay standing. Bringing us to Silda, who is not going to focus on the wolf. Like, I think, like you guys know, the wolf is distraction. She's going to take a club attack at the bugbear again. I feel like Matt gave me advantage with his points last week. I'm going to use my DM advantage, not against you guys, because I'm not an asshole.
You feel like that's what
All right,
happened.
he
but
definitely
is that
did.
What happened?
My DM, Matt, definitely gave me advantage with his points last week, and I was like, I'm never going to use that because it's mean. And I just realized I can use it for this.
So you're going to because it's mean?
No, it's not mean for me to help kill a bad guy with you guys, is it?
Yeah, no.
You're using it for
on Silda.
I'm using it for
okay.
Silda, yeah.
Whew,
All right,
okay.
so she got a 21 to hit. I could have given it to Clarka.
I know, that's what I thought you were saying.
All right, so Silda's club does connect with Clarga for 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And Clarga just kind of roars, "Argh!" And she's barely standing. You see this like spurt of blood explode from her wide nostrils. Bringing us to Clarga, who's going to retaliate. The giant bugbear rears her giant club at Silda Hallwinter. I'm not going to give her advantage. That's a 12 to hit? And that actually doesn't hit, even though she's not wearing armor. So yay for me. Silda just kind of evades the club attack, bringing us back to Tincture.
I'm gonna attack her with my crossbow.
Okay. Silda did get a healing potion? Sweet. Thanks, Fred.
That's a 20 to hit.
That's true.
Straight 20 or like that?
It was a 15 plus 5.
Nice.
No, it wasn't a nat 20. Okay, I'm going to attack her for 5, but I'm going to use my last period of small to attack her again, and I'm going to just kind of run out of the shadows and just firing crossbow bolts violently at her to try to kill her.
Fantastic.
So 7 points.
7 points. Tincture, how do you want to do this?
Tincture's going to just slowly emerge from the darkness to where she can, with the bugbear, can see her, and firing a crossbow bolts into her, into the bugbear's chest. She's gonna just look up and be like, "You heard Tally," and then she's gonna pull out her dagger and just rush her and just climb her and start stabbing her.
Out the shadows is what got me.
Out of the shadows. It's the flickering of the torchlight emanating on the walls that makes tiny Tincture look about twice her size, and she just grows with her fury of the small. She becomes fury of the medium size, dashing out of the darkness, plunging her dagger deep into, let's be real, the bugbear's hip at best. But that's enough. Yeah. Clarga roars, doubles over in a heap, her ugly skull crunching on the floor as she collapses dead. And you see Ripper.
For the final blow again.
Ripper the wolf alarmed, snapping, snarling, suddenly dashes to his mistress and rubs her with a snout, trying to awake her. Growls at you all. And then the wolf tries to book it past you out of the entrance of the room that you came in through. Lothain and Tincture, that would evoke an attack of opportunity if you'd like to try and kill someone's pet.
Thing's gonna just growl at the wolf as it runs.
I'll try animal handling.
Go for it. Oh my God,
All
go
right,
for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, it's okay. Your mommy was a big jerk anyway. 20?
Oh my God, Lothain.
It's okay. Come here.
You see it nervously like skirt around Tincture trying to get to this room, and then it hears your calming, soothing voice. No, it's okay. It's okay. Your mommy was a big jerk face, and you see it skid, its claws overgrown, like scratching on the floor of this stone cavern. And its hackles kind of retreat, and it looks back at you, and its ears kind of go back a little bit. It just kind of sits like a good boy.
Oh, a gentle creature. Give him a good old pet.
Brutalitar, make your next death saving throw.
This nice gentle moment interrupted with a fail as I start coughing up blood.
Lothain, brought to your senses. I've always loved animals more than people, and then you remember all of a sudden your companion is here, bleeding to death right in front of you. But this will conclude combat.
Oh, buddy. I get inside his bag where I knew there's a mystical HP potion, and pour it in his mouth.
All right.
Should I roll the D4s or should he?
Since you were the one that gave it, why don't you roll 2d4 plus 2, and Brutalitar, you are stabilized. But we'll see how much Lothain heals you for. Did you give him his own healing potion or one of yours?
I took the one out of his bag. Okay. I don't have any, I don't think.
I feel like
you got
everybody's
one
got
just
some
for
at this
future
point.
reference. You got one
6
in your
plus
bag.
2 is 8, so you get 8 healing.
Not too shabby.
Did I receive 2 initially? Or did I receive just the 1?
Our friend B.W. Marshall has been kind enough to track all that for us because it came in so much faster than I thought it would. I think this is probably a good place to take a break. If you guys don't mind, let's take a 5-minute break, figure out what all has been materializing from the ether while we've been focused on combat, and we'll come back in 5 minutes.
All right.
Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll be right back.
spices.
I'm sorry, how many herbs and spices?
22.
That's your number.
22 herbs and spices. And we're back.
Hello.
Oh my goodness. So we just realized we have raised over $111 for the Trevor Project in an hour and a half. Thank you all so much. You are
Amazing. Thank you.
awesome. You are awesome. That certainly will have some weird ramifications that I didn't plan on how to incorporate into the story, but
I'm looking forward to that tape.
we're going to figure it out. A couple things happened. So, Lothane, you poured a healing potion down Brutalitar's throat. And Brutalitar, your eyes flash open. You can feel liquid blood on the side of your mouth running down the back of your neck. But you breathe in and you are alive. And the flashes that you had in your memory of very long ago are now gone, the way you can't hold on to a dream after you first wake up. It's like trying to hold on to water in your hands. And you're just aware of the stench of this cave and dirty wolf and blood and combat and fire smoke. And you're back in it now. You are alert. You are back in the game. Two things happen. One is you all see Brutalitar's body suddenly glow like Silda's did a moment ago. Red Platinum, if this is a fireball, we are no longer friends. Let's see what happens.
Oh, Lord.
You better not turn blue.
Okay. Okay.
Mad.
Oh, okay. Is that pretty bad?
You're doing that first,
It's not horrible. As this glow surrounds Brutalitar, the grease spell suddenly emanates just from the ether around him, and this slick pool of oil is right beneath him. And as he sits up, he suddenly finds he can't find his footing or any way to hold on to himself to push himself up. And unfortunately, as you try and sit up, your head bonks again, because now you're just covered in grease from a magic grease spell that just occurred.
What the fuck?
That could have been way worse.
Am I affected by this because I'm standing next to him, reviving him?
I don't know what the range is on the grease spell, but if you're right next to him, maybe.
So are we hitting each other and sizzling?
It's not hot. It's just oily.
He's hot.
He's talking about fire and water.
Fire and water. Oh man, that would be a decent team.
So it's a 10-foot square centered around a point.
Yeah, that would hit Silda too. She kind of laughs as she sees this strange thing start to encumber Brutalitar, and then she slips like someone just hit a patch of ice that they weren't expecting, and she just falls on her butt. What is with this cave? Such strangeness about. This is funny.
It just starts patting her bag, and she's like, "Okay, it wasn't the oil flask I carry. I don't know what happened."
I'm gonna crawl to the edge. Brutalitar does not look like he's having a good time. He's been getting crap beat out of him right now. He's not doing well in combat. He's just gonna crawl to the edge and just try and get. Now, does it move with me right now?
It does not. It's stuck to you if you know about the grease spell, you know this should go away in about a minute, but in the meantime, it's like if you put butter on a baby's knees that was learning how to crawl. It's tough, man. It is just slick surface everywhere, and Silda's doing the exact same thing. She's trying to get to her feet and just roller skating her feet up from underneath her. This place is terrible. Oh, we must be away.
Lothane is not a fan of this because, as we know, water and oil don't mix well.
Don't mix.
And he kind of he can't get up, and it just rolls. Just rolls, trying to get out, spins out a little bit while he does it, but eventually gets out of the spill, hopefully. Doesn't make a roll.
This is Mates of Fate, serious role playing all the time. No matter
All the
what.
time.
All the time. The other thing that happens, Brutalitar, super awesome how this entire situation would have gone completely differently had you rolled a better insight check. Please go ahead and take inspiration for committing to the results of that roll, because that was super respectable.
That was good.
Super respectable. Please take inspiration.
Thank you. A nat 1 is a nat 1. It wasn't even a nat 1. It was a 2-1, which made it even worse.
It's a 2 minus 1. Role playing. I see what you did there. So after a minute, this random grease spell that came out of nowhere, thanks universe, dissipates. You will all feel dry and mostly clean again, other than the grime that you had on you to begin with. But Silda looks to you. I think this would be the last of them. I think we're safe to leave. What say you all?
Meanwhile, I'm with my new friend, my new wolf friend, and he's licking off all the oil off of my arm.
He looks like a completely different animal than the one that came into this room with you, Lofane. Like, he's kind of nuzzled up against you a little bit. He's huge. He's probably bigger than Tink is.
Got a dire wolf.
But yeah, he looks friendly. He looks like if you wanted to command him to do something, he might do it.
All right. Yes, Tink?
Oh no, go ahead. I just had.
Oh no, I was done.
Oh, okay. Silda, you said that your things might have been taken here. Should we look for them first?
Oh, yes, please. I would love to get my armor back. It was worth quite a lot of money and, protection. Let's have a look around, shall we?
Yeah, what is in here? I'm curious now, as I brood.
Everyone can make an investigation check. We can see how much loot you can acquire.
Investigation, you say?
17 for looting.
Wow.
17. Brutalitar, you find it first. You resentfully start going through the bugbear's belongings. You saw it right away. She had these gold chains around her neck. So if you'd like to, you can remove them from her neck. They're worth probably at least 5 gold pieces each if you wanted to sell them or try and trade with them. Also, in her pouch that she wears tied around her waist, you find this little statuette. It's jade, and it's carved into the shape of a frog. It's cute. It looks like that would be worth about 40 gold pieces. Lofane, with your roll, you find a treasure chest. It's not locked. It looks like it was just hoisted off the back of a wagon and brought right here. Inside the treasure chest, you find 110 silver pieces, 600 copper pieces, and for some reason, 8 potatoes. And Tink, what was your roll?
I rolled a 14.
14. These don't look shiny by any means, but you cast your eyes on the crates that you all spotted earlier, with the burned-in brand of a lion's crest. And now that you have a calm moment to look, you can see underneath are the words Lion Shield Coster. So whatever that means, that's the place where these provisions were stolen from.
Oh, I think I found some of the. I've been to Phandelver before.
Oh.
Would I perhaps know that name?
If you've been to Phandelver before, then you would know that Lion Shield Coster is a shop in Phandelver.
Okay.
Yeah. So these provisions probably were on their way there to resupply their stores and probably belong to them. Or maybe they're on their way back out. You don't know.
I would like to inquire to Silda if she knows anything about this lion head mark that was on one of the boxes.
Mm-hmm. That, if I'm not mistaken, is one of the provision stops in Phandelver. Its owner is, what do they call her? Linene, I think? Very sweet older lady. I think
maybe
the right thing to do would be to bring these back to her, if we can.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. Well, we've got ourselves a big boy here that can help us carry things. And also, I assume he has a pretty good nose. And I am really in need of a bunch of cabbages. So do you think I could have my wolf friend look for cabbages?
Yeah, go ahead and make another animal handling, and I'll make an investigation for him if you succeed.
8. It's
So are
8.
we heading out of the cave now?
With an 8. Lofane, you try and ask Ripper, or whatever you want to call him now. He could belong to you if you want. Can you find any cabbages for me? And all this drool and mange right here just kind of forms into a... And then he lays down in front of you with his head on his paws and kind of... and just kind of stares at you.
I love it.
All right, thanks. You're good for nothing.
You see his tail wag?
Well, I got potatoes, so I'm satisfied.
Are we leaving this place now?
Oh, we need to find Silda's bag.
Let me also have Silda roll investigation real quick.
Then I'll... Oh yeah, there's more loot and everything in here, so I'll go through whatever other crates or chests there are.
It looks, with your decent investigation rolls, you do notice there are different supplies that don't look particularly valuable. Like I said, there's a small box full of incense, which are sometimes used for like alchemical or like spell casting supplies. You don't find cabbages, but you do find a couple heads of lettuce and a few carrots and radishes, like fresh produce. Other than that, you guys don't notice anything of value in this area.
You said that the bugbear was wearing some furs?
Yes, like an animal hide, kind of.
Could I take one of those?
Sure.
Great.
Yeah, you can, for that, you could add like a leather armor to your inventory.
Okay. Oh, I don't want it to, for like the item. I'm really concerned where those other goblins went and afraid they're going to attack us.
Well, in that case, you can add Clarga's fancy furs to your inventory.
I mean, they're probably covered in blood like Tink is. I'm just afraid because we haven't seen them and they're probably going to betray us now. And
Actually, Tink, your passive investigation is pretty high, isn't it?
I think so. Let me see.
Roll for
My passive investigation is actually at 15.
15. So with that passive investigation, it's not like you were looking for it, but you just kind of noticed sets of footprints going in and out of this area. But the freshest marks you see in the dirty part of the stone are off on the west wall. Before, when Brutalitar and Lilfane were looking and their torchlight didn't reach, they saw this dark opening on the west side of this wall. You realize now it's kind of a hole in the floor. And as you crouch down to it and listen, you kind of hear the sound of growling. Like you think like you're just above the rooms that the wolves are in, but it looks like someone could have climbed out this way and gone on through.
Oh, okay. Guys, there's another path over here. Maybe I should go and see.
Is it big enough for me to fit through?
It could be. It's kind of like a chimney, kind of like it'd be snug, but you could do it. And Tincture, just judging by what you remember of the layout of this area, you've been in that room before. Like that was the room where you threw a prestidigitated bone to the wolves to kind of keep them quiet.
Oh, it wasn't prestidigitation. It was actually the artificer infusion. So that bone, unless you ate the entire bone, it's still there and still very much has magic on it.
Well, then that's even cooler. But you're not sure if you would find something new if you go down that way or not, but you do know there's 2 ways into that room, and you've been in that room already.
Right.
So it's up to you if you want to go deal with those wolves or go back around to get out of the cave.
Well, Silda said she wanted us to clear out the cave. Silda, what do you think? We took out the mama bear. Would that suffice?
I think if we just check on the way back out to make sure, I'm happy if you all are happy.
And did we find your bag?
I don't think it's here. I've taken a look myself. I don't think it is.
I think it's important to get your bag. What do you think?
It might be with Gundren. It might be, what did they call it? Cragmaw Castle? Maybe it was taken there. It was a lot more valuable than the things in here, so maybe that's where the very good things goes, to King Grawl or whatever they call him.
Cragmaw Castle, is that here in this cave? Huh?
It's something else. This is where the bandits hide to waylay travelers on the Tribor Trail. But the big boss that Clarga answered to was another bugbear. I think maybe an orc. I'm not sure. I was just trying to overhear. They called him King Grawl. And I know that's where they took Gundren. I'm not sure how to get there, but maybe someone in Phandelver will know.
Okay. So it's not in this cave,
No.
as far as you know.
We might find it on the way out, but not from what I can tell.
Okay.
Have any of you...
hurry. We should hurry if they have Gundren. Time is of the essence.
I agree.
Let's make haste then. Nah. It's up to you which way you want to go down. This chimney into the wolf room or back out the way you came and around. But either way, you all can start making your way back out of this cavern.
I'm getting a lot of background sound from somebody. It sounds like it's like raining.
It's me. It is raining. I'm sorry. I can try and mute it, but I can't do much else about it. Sorry for the rain.
You can't mute the rain. You're a
It
DM,
is
but not
suddenly
that kind.
raining outside this cavern, and the noise creeps in from the outside.
As we make it closer to the entrance, so I would look to Lothane as we get to the wolves and kind of just look and...
What do you intend to do with these creatures?
Oh, well, you're talking about my friend here?
No,
Because he's coming with us.
these other creatures.
There's more tied up, right?
Yeah, Tincture saw 3 in the room down below you chained to the stalagmites in the ground.
Maybe we could set them free?
Yeah, like figure out who they are and then set them free if that's appropriate.
Do you think they're gonna try to eat me though? I mean, I'm kind of covered in blood.
Silda looks to you, Tincture. They might leave you alone because you're a goblin. But is it worth the risk?
What do the rest of you think? Should we just set them free, or should we leave them chained up? It seems kind of...
Well, I'm going to shout out to them and say, hey, who are you?
You like poke your head down the chimney into the bottom room and shout that?
Yeah.
In response, you're...
Yeah, they're wolves.
Yeah,
I think this wolf.
Oh, they are wolves. Oh, they're wolves. I can handle wolves. Yes, I want a whole pack following me. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, God.
So, can we say that we're walking closer to the exit so that we can actually, like, walk partially in the room to see them since they're chained up?
Sure. Yeah, you all with your torch, Brutalitar, you can lead them around the other way so you can go back out of the cave towards the entrance, and you can start seeing sunlight at this point. And then you see the entrance into the room where Tincture, same as before, you can see 3 snarling, drooling wolves. And chained, still bound. And
Have we seen any signs of the other goblins?
you have not. You have not seen any other life other than the wolves in this cavern. And Lothane, as you approach, Ripper kind of like nudges your hand with his head.
All right. Do you want to go help your friends out? I ask. I'm not naming him Ripper yet. I haven't decided the name.
That's true.
My friend.
This wolf is a free wolf. Yeah, if... Up until you have him fully tamed, go ahead and make another animal handling check for me.
Excellent. Come on, be my buddy, be my buddy. I got a 9.
A 9. You ask him, this wolf that you just met and almost killed you in battle, his opinion on what you should do with the other wolves. And in response, he lays down on the ground and kind of shows you his belly.
Okay, well, I'll pet his belly, of course, because he's asking for it.
His leg starts going like this.
Excellent. And I'll be like, all right, buddy, you stay here as I sit. All right, I'd like to approach the other wolves. You guys cool with that?
I would look to Tincture.
Like Silta said, they seem keen on goblins. You might lend him assistance.
Okay. Tincture's gonna just like kind of nervously walk into the room.
I'ma stay in the hallway.
Yeah.
Tincture, as you walk into the room, the wolves stand up and look at you, and then just start pacing.
Do you want to go for a walk? Maybe.
Lofane, are you with her? Or are you still standing
Yes.
back?
No, I'm with her.
Why don't you guys make me a group animal handling check? The DC on this is going to be pretty high.
Okay.
13.
I get an 8.
Yeah.
But wait, actually, you know what? I'm gonna use my advantage just because
Okay.
I can. I get another 8.
So in response to you asking them a question, they were just pacing, and Lofane, as you enter the room behind her, they immediately begin to lunge at the extent of their chains, snapping and snarling in your direction. And if you're not mistaken, you just heard the crunching sound of maybe a pike in stone begin to crack loose. It's not looking
Just
good.
leave.
Silda says from behind. What's your end game here, friends? The day grows long.
Yeah, full transparency. I was hoping I could animal handle all these beasts here, and I could have a pack walking out of this cave. But it looks like I'm just gonna have my boy here.
I'll wait for you outside, shall I?
All right, let's get it.
So you make your way, sadly, with just one wolf. Somehow, with a 20, holy shit. The 4 of you and your new wolf, yet to be named, make your way out of Cragmaw Hideout to the best of your knowledge, with no bugbears or goblins left within. Some of you are a little more hurt than others, but all in one piece, and you make your way out of the cave, and it's still bright enough. It looks like it's late afternoon at this point, but you can make your way back through the woods. It's a nice enough day anyway, early spring, and it's kind of cool, and it feels good on your fresher wounds. And as you walk, Silda turns to you, she's still limping, and says, "Have any of you heard of someone called the Black Spider?"
Have I? Like anything from my mentors and past?
Make a history check.
I also make a history check.
Sure.
22.
22.
I don't think I'm gonna need it, but let's find out. That's a 17.
17. Brutalitar, you alone would have heard the name in passing from your former acquaintances, at least. You don't know exactly who this person is. You think it's a woman, you're not sure. You feel like you've heard that she's a drow of some kind, and you've heard whispers of her being ambitious and in search of something. But other than that, it's just the rumors you've heard from like the Adventurers Guild. Nothing solid, and it's not something that was told to you, but maybe something you overheard in passing in your travels.
I would relay that out.
Something about an ambitious drow. I'm not for certain.
And Silda nods. It's strange. I just tried to pick up bits and pieces of what the goblins were saying in the caves. It was hard to make out sometimes when they were speaking in Goblin. But the orders to waylay Gundren and I and take the map and Gundren back to, I guess, Cragmaw Castle. I heard the name Black Spider once or twice as the woman who sent the order to King Grawl. I'd really like to investigate it, but I need to take care of my own business in Phandelver first and find who I'm looking for. But if you...
Sorry, do you remember any of the words they said in Goblin?
I don't, I'm sorry. I mean no disrespect, but it sounds like gibberish to me.
His ears are just gonna flop a little bit.
I'm sorry. I speak Elvish and a little bit of Dwarvish.
I speak both of those as well.
I'm sorry.
Elvish is a beautiful language.
It really is. I am going to rest in Phandelver when we get there, tend to my wounds a little bit, and see if I can find my lost compatriot. Would you all mind seeing what you can find out, if you can find Cragmaw Castle, and maybe if you find out what this Black Spider person is, can you let me know?
Yes, surely.
Yeah, we can do that.
Thank you. I'd be ever so grateful. And-
Silda, I'm curious to ask about your history a bit. When we have a chance before you part ways, I have some questions.
I'd be happy to speak to a fellow adventurer. It seems like you have a long path ahead of you, but I'd love to talk when we're in a safer place.
Actually, I did have a question. You're an adventurer. You traveled a lot, right?
In my opinion, yes. I've been on many missions with the Lord's Alliance and seen a good bit of the Sword Coast.
Okay. So I'm actually looking for something. I'm looking for a specific herb. It's called Frost Blossom. I don't know if that's something. Is that something maybe you've heard of?
Let me have her make a nature check. Let me see. She looks at you. I'm sorry, dear, I'm not familiar. Is it some kind of ingredient or medicinal?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty rare, and I'm actually on my own quest to find some.
Are you?
I'm an alchemist.
I'm sure you are. Where are you hoping to find it, if I may ask?
I don't really know. My master, she told me I can find it around Phandelver, but that it's really hard to find. And she didn't really have a lot more information than that.
Well, I can tell you the mountains outside of Phandelver. There's Icespire Peak, so something called the Frost Blossom might grow near there.
Well, thank you.
I'll ask around when we're in Phandelver, and if I find out, I'll let you know.
Do you think we'll run into any more fighting as well?
It's a dangerous trail. We need to be on our lookout. I don't know for sure.
I'd say definitely.
I just mean from here to the wagon. I kind of want to clean this blood off of me.
Yeah, I could use a long nap.
You are almost back to the ox cart at this point, and it looks like the traps that you set off on the way here have already been sprung and not reset. You see, like, the pit that got one of you last time. No one bothered to reset them. It doesn't look like if the goblins ran from you, they kept running. So, from what you can tell, it doesn't look like anyone's lying in wait.
He's just gonna cast prestidigitation on herself, just like the very she's very dirty, she's very bloody, she's wearing this tooth necklace, like she's gonna just like take that off and just gingerly hold it on the side and drop it on the ground. And
I
she looks
grab the tooth
just as she
necklace
did.
and put it on my wolf friend Drip. That's his name. Drip.
Trip. He seems to like it. He looks down. He's starting to look domesticated almost.
That's my boy.
Turbo.
Oh. Did you prestidigitate the dirt off yourself, Tank, or are you leaving it?
The dirt and the blood. Like, she looks like she did when she got out of the wagon to start the adventure.
Fantastic. At this point, you have made your way out of the woods back to the Tribord Trail, and it takes you a moment to find out where you left the ox cart. But you look around, you see the cart, you see the oxen, but you don't see your driver.
I'll call out to him.
No response.
What was his name in character one more time?
You think it might have been Grimble.
Grimble? Mm-hmm. So I'll look around
Grimble.
and call the name out.
No response.
No response. Okay, I'd like to look in the wagon to see if he left anything. If he left his candied pineapples.
Make an investigation check.
Okie dokie, doing that. My window's weird. Come on. 8.
You don't see the candied pineapple there. I'm tincture. Your passive investigation is going to be the death of me. You actually do notice as Lofane starts going through the cart and Brutalitar is calling for your driver. You notice a small figure just off the side of the trail in the brush, not moving.
When I approach,
Looks like Grimble. He doesn't look like he's moving.
slowly approach and just, Grimble, are you okay? Just like reach a hand out.
No response.
Lean down and just shake him a little bit.
And you see this tiny old gnome with his curled arthritic knuckles and the blue hair poking out of his ears.
Oh, welcome back. How'd it go?
Sleep.
I thought you were dead.
Oh, it's gonna take more than that to take out old Grimble. What day is it?
Still the same day.
Terrific. You got another one. That's great. There's more of you now.
Well, Fane is preparing like a wreath to put over his head as a ceremonial, knowing that he was dead. Just like sees that he's up and just like tosses it behind him. Shit.
We also have a dog now.
Oh, you sure do. Okay, is that friendly? Is that a friendly creature? What is
Yeah,
that
this
coming?
is Drip. Hey, Drip, check it out. He can roll over. I'm gonna roll animal handling to get him to roll over. Check it out. 22.
22. Surprising everyone except Lofane, Drip drops to his back, paws up in the air, and does a complete flip on the ground, and gets back to his paw and kind of like tail up, looking pleased with himself. And Grimble's like,
Well, that seems like a fine animal. Welcome to the whatever this is. Good for you all.
The whatever this is seems accurate.
All right. Well, you all ready to hit the road? What's the plan
Yeah,
here?
we're on a mission. Let's do this.
Sounds great, kids. All right. Whew. That's a heck of a nap, I tell you what.
he leans down, picks up his bag, picks up his little bag of candied pineapple.
Well, to Phandelver then, or is that where we're going?
Yeah, that's our objective.
Sounds good. So you climb into the ox cart, or you're welcome to walk aside. This cart is not that fast.
I'd like to walk aside and, of course, throw a stick forward.
Fantastic.
Or playing fetch along the way.
And your new friend is absolutely loving it. It looks like his eyes are still kind of squinting, and you're wondering, like, did they let this wolf out of the cave? Like, has he been outside before? Because that cavern stunk to high hell. It's possible that he hasn't been outside and, like, allowed to roam before. And he looks like a different creature now. He looks happy and, like, younger. The rest of you, if you want, walk aside the ox cart or travel alongside it. Silda kind of climbs up and back and nurses her injured leg for a little bit.
I think Tika's probably trying to gauge on what Drip thinks of her, whereas as she kind of just murdered Drip's previous owner.
You can roll animal handling or insight, if you'd like.
Okay. Doing this on a phone is such a pain in the butt. You said insight or animal? I'm good at, but I have the same +2 for both. So that's a 10.
A 10.
For animal handling.
He doesn't seem hostile, at least. You're not exactly sure, like, what all is going through his head, but you don't sense any hard feelings. Not that you can tell. Is Brutalitar, you know, with the sun growing low in the sky and Phandelver probably being a couple more hours journey, is there anything you'd like to do along the way?
As we're riding, I'm gonna be looking through a book. The book is finely made, so it looks probably like something you guys would see a wizard with as he's looking through this book along the way.
Okay.
In fear of possibly repeating something, I'd like to ask Silva if Cragmaw Castle is on the way to Phandelver, or if we're going to be able to go to Cragmaw Castle to find her stuff.
She says to you, I'm afraid I just don't know. I have no idea where it is. Your best bet is probably to go all the way to Phandelver and ask around, and hopefully you can get a lead from there.
Didn't you also say you were looking for the red brands of Bane as well?
Yes, I am looking for the red brands. The red brands are the bane of my existence.
We have something in common then.
Oh.
I'm actually headed to Phandelver for 2 reasons. One, the Lord's Alliance sent a fellow member about 2 months ago, a human wizard named Iarno, to set up order, and we haven't heard from him. And in that time, I'm afraid something has happened to him, because now we get word out of Phandelver about this group, the Red Brands. So I'm hoping to establish some order there in Phandelver and see if I can find Iarno. We'll see.
Okay, well, let's keep after those red brands.
Sounds like our goals are aligned.
Maybe while we're looking for information about this castle, we can help.
So the sun grows lower in the sky, and the trees around you begin to hear different birds come out, like the evening birds and the crickets and like early spring insects. And it's cool, like it's a dusky purple color in the sky, and you know you're not far from Phandelver. As you grow closer, you know just from the ox cart driver, Grimble, that you should be in Phandelver within the hour. You see a tiny pillar of smoke in the distance. Campfire cooking, you're not sure. But as you grow closer, you hear the sound of laughter. But not jubilant laughter. It sounds mean-spirited. And then you realize there's at least 1 or 2 voices off in the distance. You don't see anything yet, but you hear laughing and yelling and whimpering. Something strange is happening around the bend just outside of Phandelver. And I think that's where we're going to call it tonight. Awesome game, guys. Thank you so much for playing. And I think it's time to level up, don't you? I think it's time to...
Level up?
I think it's time to say goodbye to level 1.
I don't deserve this.
Heck yeah.
Well done, everyone, for surviving this long. I'm as amazed as you are. I think that went awesome. You guys are awesome players. Thank you so much. This has been a blast. Chat, you guys have been fantastic. Thank you so much for hanging out and just making potions appear out of the sky and making NPCs turn blue and be covered in grease.
Weird stuff, yeah.
It's our first night of
Donations we're getting? That's amazing.
shit. First night of being a charity stream. We've already raised over $100 for the Trevor Project. Awesome community. We love you so much. I think that's it.
VHS tape. We're gonna see the tape, dude.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh my God. I did say
We're
that.
gonna see the tape. We're gonna see the tape in like 2
I mean,
weeks.
we
dude.
have more time. You know.
I committed to
raise the
that
stakes.
in like a pre-game fit of jubilance, and now I have nothing but regret. Maybe they'll forget.
We won't.
I won't. I will remind them regularly.
Marcel, where can we find you on the internet if you're not playing Lost Mine of Phandelver with us?
On Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, we are TTTomes Guild. I'll write that in chat. Check us out at TTTomes.com. We have a Kickstarter that's going to be coming out soon. Support the Kickstarter. I appreciate you guys.
Nice. Yeah, definitely check them out. That product looks like it's going to be awesome. Maeve, where would you like people to find you if you're not here on Maids of Fate? I'm assuming you're only on Maids of Fate at this point. Is that correct?
I mean, well, I mean, you can also find me at Slices and Dices, and on Twitter. Yeah, a couple other places.
And Stone, anywhere you'd like people to find you if you're not here playing with us?
Just views from the dungeon. I'm the technical guy there. And if for whatever reason you wanted to find me, I am Stone in Hat everywhere.
Give him a follow. You won't regret it. All right, we will be back next Saturday night, 8:30 Eastern, 6:30 Mountain, for the next episode of Lost Mine of Phandelver. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We really appreciate it. Thank you for your charity donations. This is going to be such an awesome charity campaign.
So good.
Like we always say here on Maids of Fate. Oh, nope, there it is. No, I ended it early.
Oh no.
I need to come up with a better tagline than that. Bye.